The legions of the dead outweigh the living by a significant margin, as you can see here by him being eaten alive. So you gotta watch out for that. You better not shout. You better not cry. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I am your host, as always, J Villain, aka That Villain J, and tonight we have a very special treat for you. Yes, we do, because we're doing a fan favorite, or should I say villain favorite, here on the channel tonight. We're updating that old tried and true zombies deck from way back when zombies were all over the meta, except this time we're adding things. We're adding things that will help it and make it better and duplicate everything that we're doing multiple times, which is always a fun thing to do, isn't it? This is the Rotten Throne, or perhaps even the Corpse Throne. Maybe that's what we'll call it. This is going to be a Dimir zombie deck, and it is going to rely on a couple of tricks to get even more value out of the already valuable zombies as we get them here. So before we get to the shakedown breakdown of this one, show you what this one is all about, I need you to do something for me, which is, of course, tenderly press that like button, gently press that subscribe button. It's right down there. You could do both of those. Join the villains and like the video, and you won't be attacked by the like and subscribe, which of course you may or may not know is a YouTube werewolf who will viciously claw and maul you for not liking and subscribing to the video. Join us on a stream every night at twitch.tv/thatvillainj for all live streaming goodness. We would love to have you there live and in person on Twitch. You can hit that bell. And you can also join us on YouTube. We will be live on YouTube as well. Don't miss those. So in case you want to join us there, you can do that. You can check out our Discord community for all the latest news and information. We would love to have you on our Discord, post decks, post memes, anything that you want. And of course, this deck and all the other decks that I build are available down below on my AetherHub. So if you want to find a copy of this deck, go right down to the AetherHub in the description. You will find a copy of it. So what are we talking about with the Rotten Throne here? Well, we're going to start with one of the best zombies in Standard right now, and that is the Champion of the Perished, which is 1 black, 1/1. Whenever a zombie enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on Champion of the Perished. This, of course, is not cast a zombie spell, but if a zombie enters the battlefield under your control. So even generating tokens will trigger this. That's an important distinction. And of course, it is a trigger effect with whenever. Whenever you see the comma in a Magic the Gathering card, that means an if-then statement. So that's what we're starting with. Cut Down and Bitter Triumph are going to be our removals of choice. Again, Cut Down is good for aggro. We're a little bit of a clumsy, slow deck. We're zombies, you know what I mean? So we might need to kill some aggro stuff. Bitter Triumph is great for planeswalkers. We can discard some dupes and some other mana that we don't need, or we can just pay the 3 life and get that out. Clavileño meeting his end right there. Very useful, very cool stuff. And so that's going to be our removal package. If you want to go for the Throat, Infernal Grasp, that's fine too. Also consider, for best of 3 guys, consider a Path of Peril to sweep out those soldier tokens. You may want to do 2 Paths of Peril to sweep out those soldier tokens. We have ways of regenerating zombies very quickly after a board wipe. So if you're running up against a lot of aggro stuff, or you're doing best of 3 against like aggro human Azorius soldiers or humans or something, not a bad idea to throw a Path of Peril in there. Jadar, Ghoulcaller of Nephalia, very useful right here. 1 black and 1 at the beginning of your end step with no creatures, decayed. Create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed. So anytime you're not in control at the end of a Decayed zombie, you get to generate 1. Freeze token every turn of a zombie that will die when we attack. Yes, please. Like it. 1 black and 1. Super stuff right there. Great for generating everything we want. Tainted Adversary. This is a card that gets overlooked but is very powerful. First of all, a 2/3 Death Touch for 2 is super good. Not only that, he looks awesome. Look at that guy. He looks like some sort of crazy evil pirate. Then, of course, we can pay 1 black and 2 more, so we can do him as a 5-drop. He comes in with a 1/1 counter on him, and then he comes in with twice as many 2/2 black zombie creature tokens with Decay. Keep that in mind. That is a triggered effect of entering the battlefield. I want you to keep that in mind. I think you know where this is going. You can already see it. It's called Rotten Throne. We're going to duplicate this effect. We're going to get even more. We're going to do even more and more and more, and we're going to start trying to push this to its breaking point with the swarm of zombies. I'm throwing in one Tarian's Journal in here, which I haven't been able to use that, but I like the idea of bringing some people back as a vampire. Sacrifice another creature, draw a card, activate as a sorcery. Maybe you want to throw another one of these in. Why? You can sacrifice fodder zombies you don't need. You can sacrifice the decayed zombies. You can sacrifice all kind of stuff that you don't actually need. It's a good way to get different stuff. And then, of course, it can turn into a legendary land. You can discard your hand after you've already played everything and turn it into a legendary land that's a cave. And then you can cast a creature spell from the graveyard. It's a vampire zombie. Cool stuff right there. So just a little something spicy extra from there. Blade Stitch Scob, 1 black and 1 blue. Other zombies you control gets +1/+1. Very, very useful. As you may or may not know, that is going to be a little bit of the blue that we have right there. Zombie Soldier. He looks just like a bunch of just a pile of meat in a trench coat with a bunch of farm instruments. Good for him, man. He's living his best life. He's living his best life, I should say. Skull Scob. This is a nice one right here. This is a silly guy. 1 black and 1 is a 2/2 zombie. Exploit whenever creature you control exploits a non-token creature, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. So exploit, of course, being a triggered ability, and that we can sacrifice a non-token zombie, a non-token creature to generate even more zombies if potentially possible. Not a bad one, a great new 2/2 one. And we have other exploit abilities, so we can have it trigger him multiple times a turn with Fell Stinger. Love this guy. 3/2. Fell Stinger has won me many a game. Why? Well, people forget that his ability, you can make somebody lose 2 life, and with the exploited ability, you can force somebody else to draw 2 cards and lose 2 life, which I've used with Sheldred numerous times. But in this one, even if they have 2 or 1 life, I've just knocked them over into hell. I've knocked them over into death just by making them draw cards and lose life. 1 black and 2, 3/2, exploit, death touch. When Fell Stinger exploits a creature, target player draws 2 cards and lose 2 life. If we need the cards, we do have that one right there, or we can do it to punish somebody else. He is a zombie scorpion, which is fantastic. Headless Rider is going to be a key component right here. 1 black, 2, 3/1. Whenever Headless Rider or another non-token zombie you control dies, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Super important. If there's one you're going to invest in, it's going to be this one. 1 black and 2. Anytime somebody dies, you create whenever another non-token zombie you control dies, create a 2/2. The more of these you have, the more zombies that you have. So that's why I talk about the board wipe. When people are talking about board wipes, as long as they are in exile, if we have multiple of these on the board and we kill all of our little guys, we can multiply zombies. If we have 5 zombies on the board and we kill all of them and we have 2, we get 10 zombies back. Guess what happens when we have Roaming Throne? If a triggered ability goes off, it goes off twice. You can start see where things get out of control here, especially on the opponent's turn. I have had many opponents accidentally say, oh, well, how bad could it be? Real bad. It can get real bad real quick, because when there's 20 or 30 zombies bearing down on you, they just want brains, man. They just see the soft, warm, tender flesh of the opponent, and they want to rip in, and we get to win at that point. Headless Rider, very important. Necroduality, if you couldn't get enough zombies. If you said, Jay, this is probably one of the biggest ones that I always wonder. Jay, how come your zombie decks don't have Necroduality? I'm finally doing it. If you can't get enough zombies, 1 blue and 3, guess what we're doing? Whenever a non-token zombie enters the battlefield under your control, create a token. That's a copy. There we go. I always get the question whenever Mega Zombie deck, where's Necroduality? I don't really like it that much because it is a little expensive and blue. It's 4 before you start getting this effect. However, when we're talking about putting things that have multiple triggers like Headless Rider or Blade Stitch Scob or something like that, or Champion of the Perished, and we're combining it, Necroduality, with Roaming Throne, well, now we're getting double doubles. Now we're getting double of that. We're getting token copies of this and token copies of that, and getting double triggers for each effect on top of that with Roaming Throne. That's where things get crazy. Deluge of the Dead, why not? Here's another great removal for you. 2 black and 2. When it, or rather, Invasion of Innistrad, the first one. We can flash this in, believe it or not. Target creature and opponent controls get -13, -13. Fantastic stuff. You can actually save this in case somebody's swinging in with a big boy, like a big dinosaur that you want to knock out. And then the next turn, when Deluge of the Dead enters the battlefield, create 2 black zombie token creatures. Then you can exile creature cards from a graveyard. Remember, a graveyard, not just your graveyard, so you can actually eat up those resurrection cards that they were planning on playing later. Exile target creature. If it was a creature card, create a 2/2 black zombie token for the Deluge of the Dead right there. And then, of course, Roaming Throne, the star of the show. I've been doing a lot of tribal Roaming Throne stuff because it's very good. It is an MVP card from Ixalan. 4 down. It is a 4/4/4 with Ward 2 artifact creature Golem. As Roaming Throne enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Guess what we're going to choose? It's zombie. Roaming Throne is the chosen type, so guess what? He gets that effect. If he gets killed, another zombie, boom, we get to do Headless Rider. So he is a zombie, and if a triggered ability control chosen type triggers, it goes an additional time. Fantastic stuff right there. That includes Champion of the Parish, all the other exploit abilities, Headless Rider, all that good stuff. It is amazing what we can do by combining that. 2 islands, 5 swamps, Dark Slick Shores, Restless Reef, 1 Restless Reef for the shark, 2 shipwrecked marshes, 4 underground rivers, 3 Cavern of Souls for your pleasure right there. That makes them uncounterable if we choose zombie, and of course a secluded courtyard, just in case you want one right there. It's not really that necessary, but hey, we're doing it anyways. 1 more Restless Reef maybe if you want to make sure that you can attack with those sharks. That could be good stuff right there. As far as counter spells go, I see a few people saying counter spells or do some other stuff for flyers. I'm not really worried about it. I'm worried about deluging the dead out right here. 27 creatures, 22 of them zombies, 4 instants, 4 artifacts, 3 enchantments, 2 battles, 23 lands altogether with a 2.5. You're saying, Jay, that seems kind of low. It could be. You could throw another land in there if you wanted to do 24 land right there. You could throw another, like I said, maybe throw another Restless Reef in there. Why not? And do it 61. That's fine. As far as flying drop zombies, I don't want to get caught in too much building up. This does, zombies you control have flying. Yeah, that's nice. It's kind of cool. You could maybe put it in there. And of course, somebody else said a counter spell. Sure, yeah, you could always fit in anything that fits the archetype of what we're talking about here. So, sure, a counter spell or 2 is not bad. Again, for the best of 3 boys, yeah, why not? Throw it in there. Geralf is not a bad one. It's great to put down and then swing in and then make disappear, of course, being your standard counter for whatever you might be wanting to do right there in your sideboard. Crawl from the Cellar is not a bad one either. We're talking about the sideboard. 1 black, return target creature card from your graveyard, put a 1/1 on zombies, and again, you can cast it for flashback. So any one of these is a nice substitute in case you don't have it. I get a lot of questions like, what should I do if I don't have this card, or I don't have this card if I'm missing that? That's what I would recommend. Yeah, that's what we're looking at. It obviously, the new spice, as somebody said, is Roaming Throne triggering the multiple effects of Exploit, Headless Rider, and all the other things that we have here. That's going to be kind of the new fancy thing, along with Tyrion's Journal, of maybe bringing zombies back as being able to sacrifice for as many cards as we need and bring them back as vampires, along with Cavern of Souls helping against those counterspells, and some other removals and things like that. Archgold Thrabin's not a bad one either, that for triggered effect. So that's what we're looking at here with the Corpse Throne, or the Rotten Throne, whatever you want to call it. I don't know why I have such an ugly... I don't know why I have just the Cavern of Souls being the... let's put Necroduality as our showcase piece right there. So let's get into it. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I love to read all the comments. I read every single one of them. Sometimes I don't really have a good reply to them, but I'll usually heart them or do something to them. So please leave comments. I love to hear from you. I love to hear your ideas. We're going to start in standard play first, and then we're going to go into ranked just to see how we do. Get our rotten legs out from under us. Here we go, boys. Into the zombiness. Salutations to the family, man. Yeah. I caught COVID even after getting vaccine, and I felt absolutely nothing. I had who caught it? My mom or my dad or somebody caught it, and I was around them, so I said, well, I better take a test. And I caught it, and I checked, and I had it, and I was like, oh, darn. But I didn't feel anything. The only thing that I can say for sure that I felt was I could sleep way more than I normally, but that's about the only symptom that I had. I really didn't feel anything much different. Like, I was not sick, like, you know, in bed or better. I still worked. I still did everything. I think I streamed. And still made videos. I wasn't even really congested. The only difference was if I was asleep, nothing woke me up, I just stay asleep. And that's my one experience with it. Never caught it again. So there you go. I'll say you're leaving tomorrow. Okay. Ooh. You can't come over because you're high risk. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it sucks. I was very nervous about it because I've had a history of asthma and pneumonia and bronchitis and all that stuff. So I was very nervous about catching it. This guy is on the waterfront here. He's just not going to do anything. All right, fantastic. Keep. All right, this guy's... Oh, he's not AFK. He just wanted to fuck with me, huh? All right. Yeah, I have a history of asthma as well. I was very worried about catching a respiratory illness, let me tell you. I was not looking forward to that. But, yeah. I had real bad asthma growing up when I was a kid. Ooh, real bad. I was hospitalized for a few times because of the asthma. Because of the wolves. The wolves. Alright. Oh, look, Steel Seraph. Dome, Domana, no. Sephiroth. Sephiroth. Alright, let's do Zabombo Bombo. Babombo. And then we do this. We're gonna... We'll discard Curd. We'll do that. Dome, Donna, Banana, Banana, Sephiroth. Sephiroth. I'm trying to sing One Week in Angel badly. Was sick for 5 days and my coffee was tasting bad. I didn't have any of that. My sister caught it not too long ago, and she still is having taste issues, which really sucks. Which really, really sucks that she's having taste issues still. She's still having problems with that. Auto pay, we'll do that. Boof. The boof. Okay. Yeah, I had no long-term issues. Like I said, I barely felt anything from it. I don't know if it was thanks to the vax or it was just because I don't know if I don't know if it's thanks to the vaccine or it was because I just naturally was fairly immune to it, or I caught a weak strain. I don't know what happened, but I had very little issues. I'm very thankful for that. Yeah, very, very, very small issues. No major problems. Let's do this. Let's do this. And I get fucking mana, so let's do that. The vax, I felt absolutely nothing. I felt more from the fucking flu shot the next day. I'm a little sensitive to the flu shot. I felt jack shit. They could have injected me with spring water. I felt nothing. Jack shit. See, I feel sick from the flu shot. And they always say, oh, you don't really feel sick. My arm hurts like hell, and I feel tired and worn out after the flu shot. But I felt absolutely nothing from that. Yeah. I mean, it reacts. Hey, oh my goodness, Heavenly Knots. What is up, Heavenly Knots? How are those delicious garlic knots doing? God, that just makes me think of heavenly garlic knots. Garlic knots. My phone got better reception, though. You know? Because of the 5G. So that was good. That one always struck me as curious. That one was always a funny one to me because everyone uses 3 and 4G, and it's just an increased bandwidth wave. It's not. I was always wondering about that. You have to have a fundamental misunderstanding of everything around you to not want that. So my Snow, my partner, my girlfriend, worked in cell phones, and they had people come in and be like, listen, I don't want 5G, I don't want 4G, I don't want any G's in my phone. And she was like, then you can't have a phone. I'm terribly sorry. All of the phones run on G. It just stands for generation. That's literally all it stands for. They shut down 3G. You can't even have 3G anymore. They shut it down to make room for other shit. So you either have 4G or 5G. There's not a choice. You just don't want a cell phone. They're like, no, I still want a cell phone. I just don't want it connecting to the towers. And you have to explain that is what cell phones are. They connect to local towers. That's what the cell comes from. It's a cell. It's each individual cell. You're in a different area of the tower. But nope, people would come in and say they did not want a cell phone that was a cell phone. My dad worked in cell phones his whole life, and he had one of the original car phones where you would carry around a brick and put the antenna out your window. I genuinely think, they always say, oh, they should teach you how to do taxes in school. They need to teach you consumer electronics in school. You should know how a microwave works, how a convection oven works, how a cell phone works. You should know how all of this shit works. You should have a basic understanding of all the technology you're using around you all the time. How the internet works, how LCD screens work. You should not be ignorant about how the technology in your life is functioning. Bar none. Period. You should not. That should be a required subject in school. You should know how computers work, electricity, and all the technology that you're using on a daily basis. You should absolutely have a firm grasp on how all the technology in your life is functioning. God's honest truth. You absolutely should. Ward 2 is going in. Okay. Secluded courtyard. Zombie. Exploit whenever non-token creature. Okay. Yeah, they need to teach that, because if you had, I feel like if more people had a concrete understanding about how technology worked, and were forced to learn, I think a lot of this crap would help. I mean, you know, some people just don't get it, or are conspiracy minded, or are mentally ill or something, but it's going to be a lot, because then you have people saying, hey man, listen, I took a class on that. That's not how that works. I love tea. I drink tea frequently. As a matter of fact, funny you should mention tea. Let's put down, we want Zambamba Bamba Bamba Bo. Alright, create a green Phyrexian creature with toxic. You're at a tea party Saturday. Oh, that's very nice. I used to drink a lot more tea. What's the go-to? I've been into green. I used to drink Pico and orange Pico. I used to drink a lot of Earl Grey. I am more now into green tea. I do enjoy that quite a bit. Yeah. I used to drink a lot of Pico and orange Pico, but oof. Auto pay. Boof. Let's do this. Boom. That. Star Trek friends, Earl Grey hot? Yeah, absolutely, man. You know Picard's order. You know Picard's order, man. Kellen Thorne, I'm actually fighting Kellen. That's pretty interesting. Didn't expect that. Chai, I'm not a big fan of chai. Chai latte, chai tea, I don't really much care for it. Let's do that. Let's do zombie. Let's do this. Let's exploit. Sacrifice to exploit a creature. Decline. Let's do that. I love water. So tasty. Wow, Aberrant Fox, how did you get 3 wishes from Cookie? Guaya says underrated, twice as many accidents in green. I was drinking red tea for a while. I was drinking white tea, which is just like immature levels of green tea. Can't go wrong with Sleepy Time. Can't go wrong with Raspberry Zinger. That's a good one. So yeah. Anyways, tea. Who would have thunk it? Let's do that. Decay, 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 decay. And he's out of there. Fantastic. There we go. Strawberry hibiscus. Oops, I shouldn't do a standard play there. Okay, we'll do another. Tolarian Academy in Magic the Gathering, or like a different magic school. That they invent a new magic school in a new plane. It's so weird. We have magic schools in Magic already. I don't know why they needed to go like invent a new one. That always seemed odd to me. Boof. Let's do the Taint Boy. Yeah, that's why I was always wondering, like, just use the Tolarian. I know the Tolarian College got destroyed, but do a rebuilt one. Do like, oh, this is the new Tolarian College. It's here. It's back again. We love it. You know, like, I don't get why we had to be like, oh no, there's a different Magic school now. I don't know. I think Tolarian College got rebuilt after being destroyed, though. I don't know. It just seemed weird. I mean, the idea was clearly, hey, go build me a whatchamacallit that we can use royalty free. You know what I mean? Go build me a royalty free Hogwarts. That's what I want. We don't want to fucking deal with copyright on Hogwarts. Give me a royalty free one. Homestead Courage. No blocks. Boom. Sacrifice creature. Draw a card. I'll draw a card. Boom, boom. Decline. Do Cavernous Souls for a Zombo. Blade Stitch Scab. Okay, very nice. Okay, very nice. And then we'll do no attacks. We got a pretty wide board there. A nice wide, thick boy board. Unless he's got a board wipe, it's not looking good for home team. There's a Homestead Courage again. We're just gonna throw a bunch of shit in this dude's way here. A 3/3? No. Yeah, we'll throw a 3/3. A 4/2's better. That'll block 5. Wide and thick. Just the way, like, God's Unwanted. Being it, just telling it all on main. Love it. Never be ashamed of who you are. Tivar's Last Stand. Yeah, I had a feeling you'd do some shit like that. Sacrifice a creature. Sacrifice that. Draw. Roaming Throne. Decline. 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 No attacks. Alright, so now we gotta throw everything that we can. We can get our Invasion Innistrad out. Do Homestead Courage. We gotta throw it all at him, man. Every fucking buddy. Everybody gotta go. Everybody gotta get in this fucking way. Indestructible. I had a feeling he was going to do that. Alright. There we go. Create a Zombo. Alright, we're going to do that. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. And we're going to do... Alright. 3. Wait. And 2. And then those on him. There we go. And create 2 zombos. Boom, boom. Exile from a graveyard. If it was his creature card. Oh, we can actually do that. We'll exile this bloat boy. There we go. Got a bunch of zombos in the way. Can't see him because the zombo's in the way. Bloat boy. Got another bloat boy. Got not enough bloat boys, though. Zombie. Boom. Roman throne. Zombie. Zombie. Guess what? Double effect of the zombie. Zombie, zombie, zombie. That's the problem, man. There's always more zombies. This is what I've said multiple times to people. I think that they haven't gotten it yet. But there's always more. There's just perpetually more zombies. The legions of the dead outweigh the living by a significant margin. As you can see here by him being eaten alive. So, you gotta watch out for that. You better not shout. You better not cry. Because the zombies will eat you. I'm telling you why. That's how that goes, right? I don't really know a lot of lore about Christmas. Ten out of 10. You guys like that kill there? That was pretty good. All right. This is not bad. We have Tyrion's Journal too, so that's cool. Whatever happened to the Plane of Olga Thor? They're in the Okay, so they made a weird choice. You can look it up. Invasion card. Type in card Invasion of Urgathoa. You'll see what happened to them. I'll do it. Look at that weirdo card that they made. Zombie. Late Stitch's Club. Wabango. They made Grandmother Ravi. They have vampires and all kind of other stuff fighting in the main. But damn if they don't immediately instead go to the Baba Yaga flip card. But you're talking about a 5 black, it deals 3 damage and you gain 3 life. That's a bad deal, dude. That's a real bad deal. Yeah, it had no value, man. And then you don't even get a cool vampire out of it or something. You get whenever a creature you control dies, you get +1/+1 and gains 3 life. Like it just was not. I don't know. I guess draft chaff. I don't know, but it kind of sucked. It was not a great card. It was not a great card. What can I say? It is weird that it's not, and the front art shows a bunch of vampires flying around and fighting Phyrexians. So, what was the takeaway from that? You know, what were we supposed to understand from that? That, it was weird. It was a weird choice. Bitter Triumph. Bitter Triumph. And show me potato salad. Yeah, it was odd. Yeah, it was odd. It was an odd thing to do. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief. It was an odd thing to do. I guess they really wanted like a Baba Yaga style card in Magic. That's what they really desired. That was their heart set on that. They said we want to have a Baba Yaga style card because it's like a, you know the history of Baba Yaga. It's like a evil old witch pulled in, like grandmother witch that's pulled by a mortar and pestle and flying thing. Anyways, it's weird. It was strange. It was a strange choice. I guess they made like some vampire stuff already. But well, the thing is, the invasion of I have in this deck, I have the invasion of Innistrad, and Innistrad's not vampires. That's the funny thing. Apple goes first. Not great, but we'll give it a shot. Dark Slick, okay. Real Slim Shady. Do that. Ghoul Caller. Maybe a counterspell. We don't know. No way of telling. Faithful Mending. Uh-oh. We're about to have the worst game of our life. As soon as you see this card, you're about to have the worst game of your life, man. Immediate Resurrector right there. That's what's going on. Resurrector, Abuelo or something like that. He's just going to do that. He's going to probably kill him or knock him back or something like that. This is some really bad garbage. They did some weirdo shit with the cards they had. They invaded every single plane, even if it was even only remotely mentioned in Magic. They invaded it, which was pretty interesting, but it was weird too. So they brought back old planes that, you know, nobody even ever thought of again. Stroke of Midnight. Okay, very nice. Boom. Spectrum died? Can you not see my chat? Alright. Where he's gonna do the Abuelo shit. We'll do this. We're back? Are we literally back? Can you see me? Let's see if he's got a counterspell. Hey, look at that. We are back. Okay. Bop him out. Beginning, put one from the graveyard. All he's got is that. He doesn't have anything else in his graveyard. Well, welcome back, everybody. Okay, fantastic. I'm glad we're back. The Celestis for the bestest. Counterspell? Cavern of Souls. Boom. Boom. This one's not Cavern of Souls. Maybe he'll have something else for it. Boom. Boom. This isn't really looking good for home team here. Hey, thank you, Sephiroth. Yeah, this is pretty bad. This is, you don't have this anymore. He's gonna have a hard time killing it. He has no blockers. So, he could board wipe me. I mean, there's always that. He could just Sunfall me, and that's the end of it, you know? Which probably was what will happen. Let's be honest. Let's be perfectly honest with ourselves, guys. That's probably what'll happen. He might not have it. He might have garbage in his hand. Who knows? Oh my goodness, it's C. Favretto. I'm hanging out with the C. Favretto. Abella's Awakening. We gotta sacrifice 3. Look at that. We're gonna lose that guy, and we'll lose that guy. Did it again. Did it again, ladies and gentlemen. Skull Scob. Boom. Bop, bop, bop. Boom, bop, bop. Boom. Whenever you exploit a non-token creature, you get 2. Should we exploit it? Why not? Sacrifice a non-token creature. Decline. 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 We will push the Roman Throne right back in at him. Welcome, C. Favretto. Let's go Necroduality. Absolutely, man. Shout out. We're hanging. How was the trip, man? How was DreamHack? So my biggest problem with DreamHack, let me tell you the beef I have with DreamHack, alright? Is that they don't teach you how to hack into people's dreams like in the movie Inception. If they taught you how to break into people's dreams and steal their thoughts, like Inception, I feel like that'd be a better movie all around. I mean, a better conference. But I tried, I talked to them, and they were like, no, it's about just like video games and stuff. And I'm like, that doesn't sound that fun. I want to be a dream spy. I want to actually break into people's minds. And they're like, no, we don't offer that experience. And I was like, okay, well, all right, well, maybe next year. Abuela's Awakening for the millionth time. He did it 3 times. Maybe this time it'll fucking work. Maybe not, though. He's gonna lose it again. Boom, boom, boom. Alright. He has cast Abuela's Awakening 3 times. He's probably got something else here to bring it back. He's cast this Portal Phyrexia that many times. He's return and recharge. Look at that. This is a balanced meta, ladies and gentlemen. This is normal. This is a balanced, happy meta. You should be able to cast Portal Phyrexia 6 or 7 times in the course of your game. that means that the game is normal and healthy and that nothing weird is going on. That 100% is that what that means. Completely balanced. You should be able to cast this as much as you want, especially at less than 9. You should be able to cast it infinity times if you want. Yeah, it's perfectly normal thing to happen. This guy has cast Portal Phyrexia, and let me tell you about how Phyrexia Portal brained he is. He's done it fucking 4 times and hasn't won yet. That's how fucking broken the power is. You don't even have to be good at it, and it still wins. You don't even have to be good at casting Portal Phyrexia, and it still will win you the game. You can just be fucking terrible at it and do it over and over again at bad intervals and get bad draws off it. Doesn't matter. That's how powerful the card is, and that's how frequently that you can cast it. So, there you go. Totally normal game of totally normal Magic cards. Yes, completely balanced. You can also have, because this is not a legendary artifact, you can have 5 of these out if you want. Doesn't matter. And there's a mana for you. Wonderful. I'm going to take the sleepy emote. Dreamhack flavor fell for not dressing turn 1. Turn 1 duress, man. Turn 1 Thoughtseize. Should be right over the door. You should be able to turn 1 Thoughtseize immediately. This is so fucking boring, man. It took this dude 4 casts of Portal to Phyrexia to get anywhere. That's how here's, and this is what I want to explain. That's how unbalanced and poorly optimized his deck is. It took him 4 times, but just because the card is so OP, it was able to carry him. That's wild. That's weird, wild stuff right there. That is really, really wild stuff. Boom. Cosmium Confluence right there. Well, I'm glad you had a good time, man. I love to see all the pictures from DreamHack. It was great to see Rebellion at DreamHack. That was great. I'm not much of a conference goer myself, but I'm glad y'all had a great time. Not bad. I go first. Master of Copy. Obey your master. Your life burns faster. Master of Copy is pulling the strings. Alright. Human Wizard. What does he got next? Oracle of Kragody. Draw a card, then discard a card. He's going to load it up with some crazy thing that he's going to resurrect. Watch this. No, it's Aclazotz. Okay. We'll do this. Draw a card, then discard a card. We do have an instant kill available on deck here. Boom. You put down Chimley, the Inner Sun. Not bad. Boom. And turn. We do have instant removal in case he tries something else. Souls of the Lost. Here we go. As additional to this thingy. Land. We do zombie. Trigger. Double triggers right there. That dies twice. Boom, boom, boom. Watch this. The zombie goes away. This goes up. Boom. Bop. That triggers twice. So he can either block the 7 or he can block the 7. Either way, he's going to die unless this is a board wipe. Doesn't matter. Skull Scob is going to just knock him out here. Boof. Boof, boof. Yeah, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, eaten by zombies. There you go. Squirm and Emergence. Yeah, why shouldn't you be able to play any card in your graveyard for 3? That's silly. Why were we ever playing this game where you couldn't play any card in your graveyard, or frankly in your entire deck, for 3 mana? It's an oversight in design. It's taken 25 years to get there, but we got there. 25 years? 30 years? I don't even know fucking how long this game is going on. You know, that's what the game was missing. Obey your master. Do, 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 do. Your life burns faster. 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 I go first on not a bad opener right there. Oh, I don't have the mana for the opener. Okay, well, I am on the play though. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Aberrant Fox, Lord Sephiroth. F you, can read me bedtime stories. See, I knew if I read you guys bedtime stories one time, it was going to happen over and over again. I knew it wasn't going to be the end of it if I did it once, you know? I feel like y'all tricked me. Let's do... Hopefully we pull a black mana. That's what we need next, is a black mana. I read a little bit of Bram Stoker's Dracula. Okay? Because everyone wanted a bedtime story. So I read a little bit of Bram Stoker's Dracula, and now y'all got a taste for it. Is that what's up? Sacrifice creature. Skull Scum. We'll do it. Boom. Shel Silverstein, Where the Sidewalk Ends. It's not a bad book. A Light in the Attic. I always like the Light in the Attic, too. Lily of the Billy. Is she going to do a negative something, or is she going to make me discard a card? Either one is not good news for her. I can sacrifice that, Lily. Not that serious. Roman Throne. Actually, I'm going to go on him, because Lily can only make me discard, and I can just discard Skull's Cob. Using the impression... Oh, my goodness. Okay, Cookies. That implies a lot of... That's a very loaded... That's a very loaded line of text. That is a very, very loaded line of text. Cookies. Oh my goodness. Each player discards a card. Oh wow. Okay. That speaks to a lot of proclivities there, Cookies. Land, Restless Reef. In Restless Reef I walk alone. Shattered streets of cobblestone. Boom. Okay, we can do Roman Throne next. I feel like he's gonna put down Sheldred. Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, I'm saying the fact that my dad has an accent. Hey, thanks for coming here, the Void. I hope you had a good time. Okay, has he got another removal, or is he just going to take this to the face? He's just going to face take it. Okay. Alright, good. Thank you for following, Zulgenlore. Thank you for coming, Zulgenlore. I hope he spends all of his mana to put down a specific creature, and then I kill it, and then I win. That'd be good. He's going to say no. Okay. Let's do this. Alchemy second breakfast. I almost did that. If it's 5 or more, return a card, 5 or less. Nope, that's not going to do it, brub. Rain Pebbles. Apologize, bruv, but that ain't going to do it. That's going to be 10 damage. I think that was a flawless victory, too. I don't think he ever damaged me the whole game. So, yeah. All right. Pretty good, man. Pretty good. I'm surprised at how well we're performing here. I am very happy at how well we're performing here. I think that's a solid win rate. On the play, we're at 83%, which is pretty impressive overall. Pretty impressive overall to be 83 on the play. We're going to leave it right there for tonight, guys. Pretty good performance all around. I know we started, I said we're on a little shaky legs here. We're on a little bit of a shaky legs here from we're starting the play queue, but we did well in the play queue and we did well in ranked, got to Diamond 3. So, you know, it's Diamond 3 certified here. It will do that for you. But anytime we can double something, we can double throne, double necro, I think that we're doing something big. So, was a fun one. I liked it. I always like to revisit zombies and how we can do zombies differently and new and exciting and in a variety of ways. So, always happy to do that. I've been Jay Villain, and you've been great. Bye-bye.